Everybody, what's good? We are live. Feels like it's been a long time. Kind of because it has been. Alright, Valkyrie, what's going on with you today? We have Super Blacksmith campaign until the end of March. Gosh, I hate figuring out that I wasn't recording. Alright, real quick, let me show you this. In the shop, you know about Happy Box, right? But you don't have to wait till Noah disappears to click it, by the way. That's a sales trick to get you to look at the shop longer. I'm calling out your stuff, Ateam. Alright, back to the patch notes even though I just ran through this. Alright, so the Heroic Wanderer we ended off, this is just too hard. They didn't even release the counter mechanic yet, but it certainly shows the power gap that big spenders in this game have, since they have the arsenals to be able to do this already without the intended mechanic. EX Fafnir 2 came out. I would say Fafnir 1 was one of the toughest of the original 15. I probably won't be messing with this for a little bit. There's an event scenario that came out, but it's a repeated one and it did not get reset or refreshed when it was brought back, so if you left it off halfway, you'll pick it up there. Trickster's Summon, unfortunately I just did this while not recording, but at the end of the period, Tuesday, March 21st, you'll see one of these 6 heroes that you select guaranteed for free. Out of this list, I would say Lupus and Raspy are the 2 best picks, but Lupus was just available from something for free recently. Dina only really has usage in Skirner. Bylist is not used for anything. Helblindi may help you in Besla, but he's just not that great, and Materia is way too outdated, don't pick her. We got Lubbox Summon, a new Raigan Leaf. Looks alright. Got a lot of mails coming in for people who want husbandos. Okay, the Philzius CB is kind of poorly designed. If you don't have boosted, don't worry about it. Just farm 8 or 7 star. If you miss the gear, alright. It's not a groundbreaking piece of gear. It'd be nice to have 1 5-star. They added Senna's EX group into the current ones available right now. Senna 1 is probably the easiest of all EXs. Even some of Senna 2 is about the same difficulty as Cannon 1 or Scold 1 in some cases, I would say. Alright, Super Mana Summon, we're going to go over this more in depth later. World Boss Raid, we're going to go in depth as well. You get these cupcake currencies from running the raid and from some special challenges. Use those cupcakes to summon this new cupcake. The cupcake is strong. You'll want your Acer to have one. Alrighty, so let's check out World Raid. When you come in, you'll want to make your team. World Raids are limited time events that usually have an artifact associated with them, and you get these artifact materials by battling it. When making your team, you can start off with ranked usage. That'll be a good starting point, but it's also important to know why the unit's being brought. So if I were starting from let's see here, let's just get into one. So first off, you can drill down to his info by clicking his portrait here. He's a male magic airborne Therian. He's only weak to water. So right off the bat, bringing non-water is probably going to reduce your damage unless you know what you're doing and you're running like some crazy Ymir light down with other kind of support like that. So the world boss just hits for neutral damage, kind of a lot, dealing damage based off max HP. He will stop and vortex humans, Therians, and Jotuns for 3 turns. But this can be worked around. Obviously, since you see Therians and humans all over ranked. So let's say I were to not know that I could still bring human, Therian, and Jotun if I could work around stop and vortex. I would start by going through my Acer Elf Dwarf Beast that have water action skill type. This is how I decided to add Frigg and Kanoe to the team. And I had Jubilant Frey originally. I think I tried out Rimuru for her instead. Both seemed to work okay. And see, now I'm filtering by the CC'd races that are still water. And here are my other 3 units. Rimuru is kind of an exception because I have his Raphael maxed. This 5-turn SAR ends up being like 1/6 of the fight. And without Rimuru, I wouldn't be able to apply water element resist down to the enemy, so he lets my other units deal more damage. I'm also making the exception for Mikasa and running her over my Jubilant Frey because of an all-ally SAR opener, water damage element up. She also has a water element down in her kit as well. But after you've worked through if you can bring countered races or not, still focus the correct element, and then after that it comes down to who can bring a good soul burst to amp everyone else's water damage in the raid. Alright, well that was a quick run through of World Boss. Let's see if we get another cupcake. We got the boots. Don't need them. Alright, let's do Super Mana. I'm impatient. Welcome to the Super Mana Trader. This is end-game PvE right here, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot of ways to mana farm, and there's a lot of ways that are faster than others. Farming regular dragons is not a bad way to get mana. Selling off your red orb core shards past a certain number is alright. And selling off the blue and yellow spheres for heroes that you don't intend to build special artifacts for is another good way to get mana. This shop is amazing. It's just unfortunate that it's only here a limited availability. You need fusion gear? Buy in bulk. Super Mana Trader is literally the Sam's Club of Valkyrie Connect. You need Reforge? Boom. Bulk it. You need blacksmith tokens because you're blacksmith token poor again like me? Boom. Each one of these 10 packs is 15,000. Yeah. Each 10 pack is 15,000 coins in the blacksmith trader. Gimme, gimme. New Blight Warp Awakenings are expensive. Anyway, that's that. I'll go over the mana creation engines of your account later in another video. And since we got the world boss and new artifacts, I'll go a little bit more into the crafting since I didn't do that in my guide video. Now, not all artifacts are created equal, and sometimes it is okay to skip and just sell the resources that you get from that event back for mana. That's another good form of mana, is selling off all your old artifact materials that you're not using anymore, including the cursed set. Let me just go to it. If you already have a cursed blade and a cursed staff, but you've been running your expeditions like a good boy, then you can probably sell off all that extra cursed artifact material for mana. I just sold 14,000 of these suckers yesterday. All right, here, anyway, we got the new set. So we go in, let's check what we can actually make it for. Our magic elf and Therian. All the races are split up amongst the 3 rows. So ranged, you get human dwarf, magic self Therian, like we just said, and then melee's Acer Jotun beast. Honestly, I'm a fan of these. This seems pretty cool as an opener. Celestial Favor will increase your attack if you're at max health, and at the start of the fight, you're going to be at max health on top of getting this extra recovery, which will keep you at max health. 2 turns of it though, I wonder what kind of power spike that's really going to mean. If increasing your damage by a factor of 1.5 for the first 2 turns of a battle, how much is that really going to help? Which makes me believe that they're intended more for PvP, since that would be a much shorter time of battle. But anyway, test it out and figure it out. Another thing to check is the augment list. So the racial killers only go up to 8%. If you're looking for a PvE item, you'll want something that goes up to 10%. Just don't dump too many rubies into them. Now you can go down to the Sam's Club and get more rubies, but you need to have all of your mana engines burning to get that. So I'll show you what I'll do with my first craft. It's not bad, but we can't keep it. I'm just going to make a general PvP one and add Jotun, Human, Therian, Acer, and drop them to 8%. So I'll usually do 6%. And hopefully we landed early, so I'm not using all that. 7% human, take it. And I'll leave it there for now. If you go for max rolls on your racial killers, just be ready to have the rubies for it, and don't cry about it later. Be more lenient with your augments if you want a good relationship with your rubies. Alrighty, Foot, well, let's wrap it up, man. Let's get out of here. I've been having some fun, go through all the old EX1s and some EX2s with all my new people that I've got available. I'll make an EX vid soon too. But until then, Foot's out. Cheers.